So there's been a major breaking story out of New Delhi, an explosion right in the heart of the city next to the iconic Red Fort. In all the chaos, a ton of questions are flying around. We're going to break it all down for you. The facts, what it all means, and what could happen next.
Okay, so picture this. It's Monday evening in New Delhi. The city's buzzing. People are heading home. Everything seems normal. But that was all about to change in a big way.
And we know the exact time, 6:52 p.m. And the location? Wow. I mean, it doesn't get more symbolic than the Red Fort. We're talking about a landmark that is absolutely central to the nation's history.
And then, bam! A massive blast just rips through the evening air. The sound was apparently heard all over. That was the moment everything turned to chaos.
So, what do we actually know about the explosion itself? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the incident, based on what first responders and reporters on the scene have pieced together. The details here are just chilling. We're talking about a white Hyundai i20. And get this, it wasn't even parked. It was moving slowly at a traffic light when it just went up. The explosion was so intense that the fire immediately jumped to other vehicles nearby, including some auto rickshaws, just adding to the horror.
You know, an event like this, its real impact is always measured in human lives. So let's take a look at the devastating aftermath.
And the numbers are just heartbreaking. Authorities have confirmed that 8 people lost their lives.
And on top of that, around 20 other people were injured, caught in the explosion and the fire that followed. And that number could still climb.
So how did the authorities react? Well, they moved fast. The entire area was immediately locked down. And they didn't just put Delhi on high alert, but neighboring states too. That tells you just how seriously they're taking this, worried that it could be part of something much bigger. All right, so once the initial shock starts to wear off, the one massive question hanging over everyone is who did this and why? The investigation kicked off almost immediately.
And you can tell how seriously they're taking this by how they're investigating. The case was registered under the UAPA. Now, for those who don't know, this is a super stringent anti-terror law. That move alone tells us right away they are not treating this like some kind of accident. They're looking at it as a potential act of terrorism from the get-go.
So, this gives us our first peek inside the actual investigation. The number one theory right now? A terror attack, possibly even a suicide bombing. Forensics has already identified the explosive as being ammonium nitrate-based, and now they're painstakingly digging into CCTV footage, trying to trace the car's every move from a place called Faridabad. And look who's on the case. The Delhi police, the NIA, the NSG, we're talking the big guns here. This is being treated as a major national security threat.
But this brings up a really crucial question. Why here? I mean, Delhi is a massive city with countless potential targets. So why the area right around the Red Fort?
To really get why this happened, you have to understand what the Red Fort represents. It's not just some old monument. It's the symbolic heart of the entire country.
Yeah, when you think about it, the choice of target is chillingly strategic. This is where the Prime Minister gives the big Independence Day speech every single year. It's always packed with people. Tourists, locals, you name it. So an attack here isn't just about causing casualties. It's designed to be a message, a direct, audacious challenge to the state itself.
So, as the investigation kicks into high gear, there are a few huge unanswered questions that are driving everything they do.
First and foremost, they have to be 100% sure of the motive. I mean, all signs are screaming terror attack, right? But investigators have to do their due diligence. They have to officially rule out any other wild possibility. Could it have been some freak technical problem with the car? An accidental explosion? They have to check every single box before they can say for sure. Okay, next up, follow the bomb. Where on earth did the ammonium nitrate come from, and who had the know-how to build this kind of device? This is where the real nitty-gritty forensic and intelligence work comes in, and it's not easy.
And this is the question that probably keeps security officials up at night. Was this a one-and-done attack by some lone actor? Or is this just the beginning of something bigger, a more coordinated plot? Figuring that out is absolutely critical to preventing any follow-up attacks.
And that really leaves us with the biggest, most difficult question of all. How did this even happen in such a high-profile area? Was it a simple, preventable lapse in security? Or are we facing a totally new kind of threat that our public spaces just aren't prepared for? That's the tough reality that everyone, not just the authorities, is going to have to grapple with now.